Hey, what's up everyone? Today we have a Ryobi 3100 PSI 2.5 gallon pressure washer here with a Honda GCV 190 on it. Fun fact, I don't think I've worked on this exact one in about 3 years. This has an idle down feature as a special pump. That pump is a lot more expensive than if you were just to get another 3100 PSI 2.5 gallon pump. I want to say it's like at least $30 to $40 more expensive. So it's a nice feature, but it's expensive. Anyway, fun fact, it's been about 2 or 3, maybe even 4 years, I don't know, since I've got one, and quite literally, I got this yesterday. No, I got this one today, and there's more over there, along with that stuff. Watch the videos for that. And yeah, that's just crazy to me. They have 2 of the same problems. Well, both problems are the same, let's just say that. They don't make pressure. That one, I don't know what's going on. I haven't looked at it at all. We're going to check to make sure, in normal stuff, there's oil, there's gas, there's everything else. The owner says that it's not a problem with running, just that it doesn't make pressure. So, we're going to figure out why it doesn't make pressure. Yeah, so this pressure washer is tad bit dirty, to say the least. But let's move forward. Right here is something called the unloader valve. That's the first thing you want to check and replace, or potentially even repair. Technically, I really don't like replacing them because they're really not that inexpensive. But on a pump like this, you can at least give it a try. You just take a screwdriver and it has this, oops, oh boy, little pin in here. This is remove. There we go, finally. And this should come right out. Probably need to work it a little bit. Now, of course, the little spring is coiled in a way where the best way to get a good grip on it is let's take this off. Wow. I'm thinking this one might just need a new pump. These usually come right out. There's probably a lot of corrosion inside this pump. Because usually you could just take a screwdriver, pop this thing out. Let me take a look at something. These usually come out a lot easier, but when you don't, come out very easy when they don't. I just take like a pair of pliers and shove it in between the springs, and then usually with 2 areas applying pressure evenly on both the top and the bottom side of it. Instead of just shoving like a screwdriver like I was, you're kind of angling it. It usually pops right out. And there we go. So yeah, usually that is stuck if this is the problem. So I mean, potentially it could have been stuck and I just freed it up. I mean, that very well could be. I don't think so though. We're gonna take a look inside. It looks clean. So let's reinstall this. That can also be a real pleasure to do. You just put the pin in. Sometimes if you really need to, you could take like a rubber mallet and just give like a, wrap a tap there. Ideally you won't have to though. And if you do, make sure it's very, very minimal. I need to be where you are so I can see what's going on, but I'm just going to put the pin in and then we're going to connect a hose to it. First, however, I'm going to, let's just do that now. Let's take this out. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. It's not insanely horrible, I suppose, but I'm going to put a hose to it. I'm going to wash it out real quick with no pressure washing hose or anything on it. I just want to rinse it out with just plain old hose water. Just connect the hose and go. So I'm going to try that, and then I'll bring you back and we will give it a try. I'm not really thinking this is going to work too well. Okay, let's give it a shot. Ironically, my neighbor's using a pressure washer right now. We know the motor runs. I did check the oil, by the way. Oh, that's excellent news. That did work. I mean, I guess I didn't show it because, it's a low pressure. But more or less, it did not do that before. It was absolutely nothing. No pressure whatsoever. Now there is. So, if you have a low pressure scenario, check the unloader valve. Like I said, you can replace it. You just press down that little thing. If it's grimy at all, you're going to have to replace it. If it's gritty or if you can't easily compress it and it's springing back like we did before, just replace it. Problem is, that very well might not fix your problem. Those are about $30, but $30 compared to $128 as of the current filming of this video, that might be a gamble you're willing to try, It's not that hard to replace, you saw. And everything worked out just fine, as you saw. So even if you did have to replace it, and you just did what we did, except not just press down on it, I'd be okay with that, wouldn't you? Well, if you have a low pressure Ryobi pump, or a problem with your pressure washer, hopefully this helped you out. Follow me on Instagram at SmallEngine101. I'll catch you on the next video, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good evening.